Well, this is John Blythe, Super Chemist. We're here to talk about the biggest secret about gender theory, and it's like the A bomb of gender theory that people don't even know about. They don't even get it. They don't even see it. There's three aspects to gender theory, right? You have the communist part of it, where just like CRT, they basically just they took the communist books and wrote word for word what they said, and then they scribbled out oppressor. Work. The oppressor used to be the business owner, and the oppressed was the worker. They just scribbled out worker and put black person, or scribbled out that and put LGBT. You know what I mean? Or they scribbled that out and they put woman. And then the oppressor, scribbled that out and put white person or man or everybody. You know what I mean? Uh, and they're the ideology basically just says that the oppression is so intertwined in all of every aspect of society that there's only one solution, right? A two-step solution. Step one, destroy everything. Dismantle and destroy. That's why you'll hear them say a lot, dismantle and destroy this, dismantle and destroy that. Like the police force, you know what I mean? Remember how they kept saying, well, we need to dismantle and destroy it. That's a communist scientific term. Just look in the book. It says it a bunch of times. You need to dismantle and destroy every aspect of society. And when they say every aspect, they mean all the way down to the way you think and talk. So that means everything. If you're all the way down to the way you think and talk, obviously, that's why they change the definitions of words all the time. You know what I mean? Uh, then, and only then, okay, because you can't go on to step two unless you completely destroy everything in your society, right? Then you can go on to step two, build back better with a more fair, society, a more matriarchal, a more black, a more, whatever your oppression is. Yeah, that's going to be more fair now. But you can't do it. You can't get to the second step till you do first step. Destroy every aspect of society. And then there's the second part of the gender theory, right? Which teaches that your kid goes to school and it's a girl and she starts playing with a truck. You have to start affirming that's obviously a trans man. It's not a little girl that just likes trucks. No, it's a trans man. We got to get her on puberty blockers at 12, 10 years old, which will sterilize her, make it so that she can never have sex, never have a family. Chop her tits off, and same with the boys doing. You know what I mean? We all know these two parts of gender theory that's destroying our society. You know what I mean? There's a third part, though, that's actually worse than these two parts. You might say, well, how is sterilizing 10-year-olds or 12-year-olds worse? Because that part of the trans thing, it only, it's doing a small portion of the society, and mostly Gen Z. But this non-binary trick, or this gender theory trick, it's started longer. It's been around longer, and it's so subtle and so little by little increments that we didn't realize that it was happening. Okay, and it's infiltrated literally everyone in this country right now is non-binary. And then you're thinking, I'm not non-binary. I'm a dude, man. Or you're a woman. Oh, I'm a woman. No, 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 no. If you watch this entire series, you will know and realize that you are non-binary. Okay, you just don't know it because you don't realize what non-binary really means, right? Uh, I want you to. Everyone knows these non-binary people, right? How they act. They're like nut jobs. They have the blue hair and metal all over their face, the cow ring in their nose, tattoos covered their body. You know what I mean? They obviously have mental problems. You can see they are nut jobs. They cannot handle any stress whatsoever. None. That's one of the key markers. They can't handle stress in any way, shape, or form. None. And they change anything they hear from society or from a person. They twist it and turn it so that they are a victim and the other person is the oppressor. Those are the two main things. They can't handle things, and they turn everything into oppression. You know what I mean? Those are the key markers of these nut job non-binary people, right? I want you to notice when you see these trans families, you see these trans people, the entire family will be trans. They'll be parents will be non-binary trans, the kids will all be non-binary trans. None of them are normal, right? It's like an infection, you know what I mean? It's just like a disease that infects everybody. It's close by, meaning their entire family, right? We know this, right? So let's see here. Go over a non-binary family. I'm going to go over a non-binary family. The entire family they don't even realize they're non-binary. They don't even see it at all. None. They're all basket cases. They all act like they're non-binary, but they don't have the blue hair and the metal on their face and the tattoos and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they think they're not non-binary, right? See, this is the trick, right? The trick is that women cannot work like a man. And obviously some can. I'm talking in general. They are irresponsible and very childlike and emotional driven, okay? And all my life, keep in mind, all my life I've been on the other side. I've been non-binary. I said, I'm the guy who, when there's a little girl saying they want to be a teacher or something, or some girly thing, right? I'm like, no, you need to go to college. You need to go for something like a man would do, like math, science, you know what I mean? Chemistry, physics, that kind of thing. You got to be, I didn't say you got to be like a man, but that's basically what I was saying, right? If I tell her to do stuff that men like and women don't, I'm saying, don't be a woman. Being a woman is a piece of shit. You need to be a man, okay? But she can't be a man. I wasn't telling her to be a man. So now she's not a woman or a man. She's trying to be something in between, meaning non-binary, okay? I always said women, you know, I wasn't retarded. I'm not one of them people who thought women can beat up men. That's ridiculous, you know what I mean? Or they can become women, or, you know, they had more endurance than I know that a man has more endurance, you know, psychologically, can handle stuff over a long period of time more than a woman. I never thought that it was equal in that aspect, or any of those aspects. But I thought they could go to work and blah, 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 do whatever, basically do almost what a man can do, especially if there's no physicality attached to it, you know what I mean? But that's the trick, see? I'm telling her to be a man, so her subconscious hears, hey, don't be, I'm a woman, but he's not telling me to be a woman. Why isn't he telling me to be a woman? Why does he want me to be a man? Okay? But anyways, I used to be that guy that was for, hey, equal rights, blah, 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 blah. Woman can do whatever a man can, blah, blah, blah. You know, never said anything else other than that. And then after 60 years of life, in the last year or so, I've looked into things and data, you know, actual facts, you know what I mean? And I realized that it's not, you know, I thought before they're slightly less than us in, you know, endurance and, you know, obviously physical strength, they're way below us, you know what I mean? But basically, you know, they can do it. No, they cannot do it, okay? Getting a job and working a job for their entire life till they retire or whatever, they can't handle it, okay? I mean, here we go. Women are in the car. There's thousands of videos right now online and they're like 24, 25, some of them. They can't handle the stress. They can't handle it. They're crying saying, why did they ask for equal rights? I can't handle this. You have 1/4, all the females in this country right now, the entire female population, 36 and under, 1/4 of them, 1 out of 4 is on antidepressants. Like how many lives have to be destroyed for this gender theory? 1/10, 27, females from 26 to, you know, under 18, right? 1/10 of them, 1 out of 10 of the population, of the female population, is on OnlyFans. And I don't think, you know, OnlyFans, whatever. I'm not saying whatever, you know, it's horrible, this and that. It's not. But when your entire population, when you normalize it, and you make it so the whole population is on OnlyFans, then yes, I have a problem with it, because your society cannot function like that, okay? That's why it's okay. You don't have to demonize stuff, but you can't normalize it, because then it will infiltrate your entire society. They say these college degrees, women are just they're so more educated than men. If they're so smart, why are they taking basket weaving degrees? They have the stupidest gender studies degrees, business administration, liberal arts, African economics. That proves that you're an idiot. You can't have 90% of the women graduating college with basket weaving degrees and say that they are responsible adults. That is, a 5-year-old boy would know. Don't do that. You know what I mean? They are not. They can't handle it. Businesses right now. There are literally businesses popping up left and right, where all they do is help women lie about how they're doing great. They'll have like a business where they have all they have is a single room, and they'll have a cutout of a plane, like so that you can sit, 2 chairs, so that you can sit looking like you're in first class, going to France with your fake champagne, which is really just apple juice, because you can barely afford apple juice. And so you can go online and say how you're doing so great. Yeah, they're all getting caught. All these women are getting caught. They're not doing great. They're faking it. they're faking it. Same way with the houses. Women own houses. Yeah, they own houses because they keep divorcing their husbands and taking their freaking house because they have the kids. So he, in generosity, most times gives the house to her for the kids' sake. They're not doing good. They have this DEI. And women are living off of their privilege basically right now. They don't even have to. Some of these Gen Z women don't even buy food. They have no allotment for food. They just get men to buy them food. They don't buy any food. You know what I mean? All this is going to end though, okay? They have all this privilege and they still can't handle things. You know what I mean? I know many women who live with their, not even boyfriends, just friends. The guy don't even get sex or anything. And they let them live with them for free. Rent free. What are they, like $6,000, $7,000 a year? Like, you just give to the girl and they act like, that's going to end soon because men are done. But the last thing I'm going to say is the homeless spike. Women have never been homeless. And obviously, yes, there's always been homeless people in every society, every time frame. They've always been a small, 1 woman per 1,000 men, you know what I mean? Or 1 woman for 500 men. I don't know, I never looked up the stats, but I know that there's never been a population of homeless women that has been large. It's always tiny sprinkles, the really, really nut jobby ones, you know what I mean? But now, first time in history, in the entire history of the entire planet, throughout the entire history of humanity, there's never been a spike or a lot of homeless women. Now all of a sudden, spike in homeless women. And by the time Gen Z is my age, 60, I guarantee you 50%, probably more, I'm being generous saying 50%, 50% of women from Gen Z are going to be homeless, living on the streets, because they fed in, they wanted to be non-binary instead of being a woman. And we see what happens when you become non-binary. When I come back, I'm going to go over this family, right? This non-binary family. They don't even know they're non-binary. And just listen to what I'm saying. Just watch the whole thing. Don't just listen to this video and say, oh, he's crazy. Listen to the progression. Because there's so much information you have to hear first before you're like, damn, it's so obvious. Because what I'm saying is obvious. Not yet, because I've only done 1 video part. But yeah, it's going to be so obvious to you if you listen to every video. There's no way you cannot be like, yeah, I guess I am non-binary. Yeah, the whole country is non-binary, I guess. Yeah, that's true.